so many classic cars rolling down the avenue, we thought we'd bring in a real expert, our friend Ken Lingenfelter, to talk about what's on Woodward today.
You know, Ken owns the Lingenfelter collection, Lingenfelter Performance Engineering, and is a true car lover, and he's got to be. He's got like 250 cars in your own personal collection. Wow.
Yeah, well, thanks. You know, it's been a labor of love, that's for certain.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so we're going to look at 3 cars in particular today, things that you've spotted on Woodward that you've loved.
Great, wonderful. Yep.
Let's check out the first one right here, and I believe it's a Ford, right, Ken? And you're going to tell us about it?
Yeah, you know, that's a 55 Ford Fairlane. Actually, that convertible is really beautiful. A lot of them had two-tone paint like that. The 50s were, for Chevrolet and Ford, were really good years. They changed the style up quite a bit each year along the way. That's a 54 Ford there, and that's also a very, very attractive car, and one that collectors just love to have.
Certainly a beauty. How much would something like that go for?
You know, it depends on the condition, but that looks like a real good one. I'm saying that'd be $60,000, $70,000 probably in an auction. So,
wow.
Yep.
All right, so next let's talk about a Chrysler that you spotted on Woodward as well.
You know, the Chrysler 300 was developed probably in the 55 range. It was really considered probably the first real performance car that was out there. They used the Hemi engine in it. This one is a great example. I mean, it's just an absolutely beautiful car. It's good in the red color also, but it was really Chrysler's first step into performance cars.
And that's a pretty sweet grill, isn't
Oh,
that
yeah.
what that's
Oh,
called
it's
in front?
great.
I mean, just amazing.
Yeah,
Now we're going to
exactly.
look at one more car that you spotted out there, a Chevy, I do believe, right,
Yeah,
Ken?
yeah. And actually, you know, I have one of these in our car collection. It's a 1937 Chevy Coupe.
Look at that.
Ours is a 38 Special, what we call a 38 Special. These are great cars to modify. A lot of the people that built hot rods out of these would travel around the country in groups with their clubs, enjoying different areas and such. So, great example.
It's
Great
like,
in orange.
it's like we've seen these types of cars in gangster movies too, but
Well, that's
normally
right.
all black, right?
Yeah,
But that's
you
a
got
pretty
it.
orange one there.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
how special, Ken, is this collection of cars on this particular roadway on this particular day? It's incredible.
You know, for somebody like me, I mean, this is just great for me. There's so
Your
many
candy
great cars.
store?
Oh gosh, I want them all. No place to keep them all, but I want them all.
Wow.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
250, and your company's been around for 45 years, and you still love it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just look at them every day.
If
So.
you were talking to someone who's never been a car collector and they were going to go out and buy a classic, I mean, do you recommend one more than the other?
You know, it really kind of depends what they plan to do. If they're going to drive it to cruise events like this, it might be one choice. If they were going to take it and try and race it, it'd be another choice. So there's a lot of great cars out there and some real good values.
All right, we'll
So.
enjoy looking at yours, though. Thank
Good.
you so much, Ken, as always, for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Continue to enjoy the cruise.
I will do it.
And how could you not, right? It is spectacular here today. Let's head over to Kevin Jeans, who's having some fun looking at cars along Woodward Avenue.
Hey
Kevin?
there, Kevin.
Hey guys, a lot of fun today right along Woodward right now. We've talked a lot about family and bringing family together tonight. Just so happen to find a family, Ian and his wife Ashley, and Mom, thanks for being here, guys. What brought you out here? What made you decide let's all go this year together?
You know, we've been coming basically since I was a kid. One of the first dream cruises, cruising in my grandfather's Mustang. She grew up cruising Woodward, and now we have our new generation that we're bringing in.
Oh, what's the little one's name?
That's Shayna. She's
Shayna.
almost 2.
So you were cruising a long time ago, huh?
A long time ago. We won't go into that.
Not long ago, like 5 years we're talking. It's a family event, cars and families, they go together. And this next car we want to talk to you about goes back and ties together 4 generations.
My dad loved cars. He loved his family. He had 5 kids, and he always was working on a car. He worked at a body shop ever since I was a little girl.
Donald Butler restored 9 classic cars over the years, but his daughter Rosanna says there was only one that really became part of the family. This 1955 Crown Victoria.
My mom and dad drove it over to my brother's house, still on the trailer, and they popped off a molding and they scraped it, and underneath my dad saw pink and black, and he goes, oh, it's going back to its original color, pink and black. So that's how we got a pink and black.
The Crown Victoria took 3 years to restore.
It didn't even have seats. I remember sitting on a 5-gallon bucket upside down He goes, come on, Roseanne, I'll take you for a ride, as he peeled out onto 13 Mile Road. I had to hang on, though, to steady myself. He laid a lot of rubber on different roads with this car.
The car has been a part of 2 family weddings, including Rosanna's son's.
My dad was very particular who drove this vehicle. But then to have my son, his grandson drive it in his wedding, that was a real special.
Rosanna says when her dad passed away 3 years ago, there was the question of which sibling would inherit the Crown Vic.
My older brother, Robert, he says, well, Bill, we're going to be gentlemen. He said, we're going to let the lady go first. And I took a big gulp and I'm like, oh my goodness. I started to cry. I just very emotional. And I go, well, I want the Crown Victoria. And he goes, well, then it's yours. And I about fell over.
Rosanna now drives her grandkids in the Crown Victoria, still full of memories of her parents.
I still have his glasses on the sun visor, and I have my mom, she put these pink dice, so pink and black dice there. I left the pinstriping of their initials on each of their doors. It's pride that I have when I drive it, knowing my dad did this car.
Boy, even if you're not a car enthusiast, it's tough to deny how much of a bond a simple car, an automobile, can do to a family. And I wanted to share some memories with my dad. My dad brought in a car through our family, a 1969 Chevelle, and we restored it together back in Naperville, Illinois, restoring the 69 Chevelle, took the body off and redid the frame, and now that car is going to continue on, carry on through generations through the Jeans family, through my family too. So it's just such a cool story, and just one of millions of stories that every family has with the car, no matter what it is you're driving. It's always a great family bonding, and so we're such a cool story there, and I know there's plenty more stories I know that you know of too, of cars going through generations. So that being said, we're going to continue just to enjoy this show along Woodward Avenue.
Well,
Dave and Carolyn.
Well, Kevin, that's such a special story. I mean, the woman with her dad almost brought me to tears, but you know you have a little one coming, so you may be passing down that car of your dad's to your little one too.
I'm not going to tell him, but he might have a 1969 Chevelle in his future. I'm not going to tell him until way down the road.
Well, and this is your first Woodward Dream Cruise, so we're going to expect to see that car on Woodward Avenue in years to come. Is that a deal?
Next year, it's a deal. Next year, you guys got it.
Next year, we'll hear that special story. Thank you so much, Kevin Jeans. Wow, amazing. All right, have you ever seen a car that's also a boat?
Well, the owner of a rare vehicle talks about making waves wherever he goes.